today and get your reaction to these reports from U.S. officials that it's now highly likely that Iran down that Ukrainian jet line, and just kind of get your initial thoughts and reaction to that development.
Yeah, I just don't know enough to know what might have happened. I can't imagine Iran did it on purpose. I think that Iran was probably, I make no excuses for them. I certainly don't mourn the death of Soleimani, who was one of the worst people in the Middle East. But I just assume in all the chaos of the attack, the attack on them, and then the response of their missiles, that this might have been part of it. It's a terrible tragedy. The whole thing's a terrible tragedy. I don't know what to make of all that yet.
Now, since the killing of Soleimani and what we've seen in the immediate aftermath, do you think that has made the United States more or less safe?
I think there's no question that he's a bad guy. His death is something not to be mourned, but it made us less safe because the Iranians pulled out of the nuclear agreement. Our allies are angry at us, those allies that helped negotiate that. The Iraqi parliament said, get out of the Middle East to American troops. The Iranians, they're going to keep hitting us back in a different way. And I mean, what happened yesterday with a briefing we had with close to 100 senators was, I heard increasing grumbling from Republicans and Democrats that the president's people were not telling us the truth. And I sat through similar briefings 20 years ago where President Bush's people simply lied to us about weapons of mass destruction. We got into a war with Iraq where hundreds and hundreds of Ohioans were maimed and killed, and spending billions, hundreds of billions of dollars. And the damage is incalculable, and I don't want to go to war again because a president lied to us.
Do you believe that the president acted irresponsibly by not consulting with Congress before ordering that operation to kill Soleimani?
I think the president made a series of mistakes starting more than a year ago when he pulled out of the Iran agreement, an agreement that was successful in keeping the Iranians from developing nuclear weapons. Once he did that, the attacks started back and forth and began to escalate between the U.S. and Iran. So the president's advisors, he has such turnover among his advisors, and his advisors don't have much experience. The president has no experience in foreign policy, and I worry about his judgment. I worry about his telling the truth. We've seen that already dozens, thousands of times, and I hope that cooler heads prevail as this goes on.
Well, what is your message to the president at this time?
My message to the president is you have an opportunity right now to negotiate with the Iranians. Bring the French and the Germans and even the Russians and the Chinese. We're all part of these agreements and these negotiations before. We led this charge to keep Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. The president should jump into that now and begin these negotiations, because the Iranians, their hit back after the killing of the general was more moderated, and that could be a signal that they're willing to negotiate. The president needs to stop the sort of macho talk and start negotiating, because it's in all of our interests not to go to war.
And I know we're tight on time, so I'll just ask you one more question. I want to get a little bit more of an understanding of what you are hoping the outcome will be now that you were able to secure fentanyl sanctions that were part of that bipartisan legislation that passed through Congress late last year.
Well, first, do no harm, and that means don't try to overturn or repeal, as the president's tried to do, and conservatives have tried to do that in the court. Don't try to take away the Medicaid expansion that Governor Kasich, a Republican, and I, a Democrat, did together several years ago. Start with that, because you'll never be able to treat people for their addiction if we don't have any kind of, if they don't have insurance. The fentanyl bill will help keep this stuff out of the country. Anybody that tries to bring it in will be punished, will be sanctioned and punished. I don't blame foreigners for our addiction. It's our addiction. But I do blame foreigners for sending this toxic substance in, and when we've told them not to.